Got him. GlakoBlako here, checking out a game called Elaria. This is a very early release. Long ago, the realm of Elaria was created from the shattered fragments of existence, deemed worthy of light. For many centuries, the inhabitants lived in peace until the magical advancements of the Great War led to an unsettling discovery. A shadowy reflection of Elaria was also created using the discarded fragments of existence, known only as the Void. Since this time, Magi have prophesied a great conflict with the Void that will destroy both great and small. Some believe that this conflict has already begun. Starting out in the game, you play as a skeleton. He's got some antlers on. I think that's actually some equipment. In this starter area, you can kill most anything as long as you don't get surrounded. So you want to go and level up a bit, and you'll eventually get strong enough to storm the fort. They won't let you enter it until you defeat their guards, and then they'll let you enter the fort. But you'll see that in a minute. As I was saying earlier, this is a very early release. I guess I would call it an alpha. Certainly not a beta, and definitely not ready for a release. But there was enough to make a video on, I think. To your right, that's the starter village. There's some quests and some people that sell stuff and some story. There's also a salesperson with a tent outside sitting there. Probably had it zoomed out a little bit too far, I think. But you get to see more of the world this way. Getting lots of levels. Oh, this is a close one. Alright, let's head back to town. With a few down, we had leveled up a bit. Maybe enough to fight the guards. We'd also picked up some swords, it looks like. Give me your best weapon, sir. Actually, let's talk to these guards first. When you go over to the guards, they'll tell you they don't want you in there. Keep your hands where I can see them, bone bag. Bone bag? Yeah, bone bag. It's because you're made out of bones, get it? Alright, whatever, just beat it. You're starting to annoy me and there's no way you're getting through this gate. No. Please. They won't let you, so you have to attack them, and he thinks you're crazy. So you show to him that you are crazy and die. Guess you can't go in that way. Guess we didn't win that battle. But we come back. See where it pulls me up this time. Over here, huh? And unfortunately, when we come back, we're kind of surrounded. Ah, man. Keep dying over and over. I'm not sure exactly what you lose when you die. Looks like there's a skull that it drops you can pick up. But, I'm not sure if that's like experience or gold or items or what it is. Equip. Oh, I already have a new sword, huh? We put on the sword this time. Is this better or worse? I don't know, I like that one better, so we're gonna do that. Figured we'd try out this club. Or do we go with the sword? I can't remember. Yeah, we go with the club. We try it out. It's a little slow, and it's not that great, but we'll see in a minute how it is. There's a lot of different weapons in the game. They can be found throughout the map. There are also unique weapons that you can loot from bosses and chests. Looks like we've got some kind of a shield. I don't know if that's from the club or what. Or if it's from a different piece of equipment. Decided to level up a bit. Get our strength up, our luck up. The game does not actually have any music in it, so as you can hear, I added some loot music. Every RPG is made better by loot music. Hopefully by putting the artist in the description, I'm able to avoid any copyright issues, but we'll see. I think we're nearly strong enough to face the guards. Give me that loot. Looks like we've run out of capacity. So we run over to the guards and sell some equipment, I think. Or do we drop some? Dropped a few things. I'm gonna go over here and sell some stuff, then we'll pick up some loot. Over to the tradesman. Yo, buy my stuff. No, I don't want to play coins with you. There is a coin game in this, but I have not played it. It's good enough. We wanted to grab as much loot as we can and sell it to the trader. We nearly had another level. You can also switch back and forth between two sets of equipment. I meant to try the game out, but I never got around to it. So we battle this guy. Hopefully this time we can best him. Alright, we beat him this time.
Oh, sweet. It worked.
And they let us into the city. This city is run by like a snake wizards or some sort of occult snake group. This person has a quest. Charlie Scuttle. Oh, hello there. Have you seen the island off the southern coast? If you look out at the water on the southern beach, you'll have to notice it. Well, a dear friend of mine got lost out there, and I'd like to, if someone went to go check on him. Alright, we're gonna give it a try. So, there are islands every area that you go to. I don't know exactly how do you get to them yet. Excuse me, Wanderer. I wonder if you might help me out with something. My partner William has gone missing and I'm starting to worry about him. Yes, he likes to take walks near the southern shore and attend to the graveyard, but he didn't come back this morning. Would you mind looking out for him? This lady was looking for her boyfriend or husband or something. He was probably dead though. Excuse me, traveler. I was wondering if you might help me out with something rather important. We have slowly been expanding since our arrival here, and we've got to the point where we've had a couple families try to settle beyond our walls near the forest. The mayor had a problem with some of his families who had moved outside the walls. They had been attacked. They wanted me to take care of this problem. Alright, yeah, I'll go help them. I don't see any leaders around here. Over here, another quest. Hey, you there, adventurer. I require aid. Thank you, brave warrior. I am beset all by the true terror of Selenia. Kill some crows, he says. Oh, maybe they're in here. No? Guess they're outside. Apparently, they were fighting tree huggers. Another guy with a quest. Black Tom. Is that all your quests? Is there anyone that sells stuff? Hey. With all the quests grabbed, we needed to go and talk to the traders eventually. Give you a look at what they trade. There was also this orc looking person named Susie. They sold some health potions here. They also sell those yellow potions, which I never use. Charlie Scuttle wouldn't leave me alone. This person sold me a loot. We already talked to that loot guy, so we don't need to talk to him. There were a couple of more tradespeople over on the right. See if Glako can find his way over there, or will he get lost? Wandering around a little bit confused, Glako was quite drunk. Instead of talking to the traders, we decided to head to the beach. See what was down there. This little spot here looks like maybe it's the start of a fast travel system, which I think would be good. There are boats in the games to take you to the other worlds. These are the snakes. They're pretty easy. The only time they're hard is when they're in a big group. But one-on-one, they're very easy. Here we got a big group. And in a big group like that, they can kill you pretty quick. I wonder if snakes ever get in arguments. Or do they not even talk to each other or notice each other? Would one snake attack another snake, or would it just hiss at it? These are the things that go through a man's mind. Got him. One group down. We still had a few groups left. Don't think we were ready for them. This has been Elaria, a very early version. With a solid start, I look forward to seeing how this game progresses. I have included a link below, where the game should be available in due time. Can't remember if we die here or not. Strong possibility. Leveling up a bit, getting our tenacity up. Looks like it had turned nighttime, so there is a day and night cycle. One good thing is you can see your equipment when you equip it. I always hate it in RPGs when they neglect to add that to the game. That's just laziness on their part if they don't add that in. Probably could have saved some time had I come back in the way that I left. But we went the long way around. And in so doing, we talked to this trader. Bought some health potions and some more yellow potions. We sold some gems and some other crap. Probably should just get rid of that loot because it's taking up a slot. Instead, we switched to this rapier. and headed back into the city. Or village. Probably more of a village than a city. Though I guess they do have some stone buildings. It's not all wood huts. If your houses aren't made from asbestos, then you're not a real city. This guy sold some pretty good armor. So we bought a few of the pieces. All of them, really. With our inventory full, we equipped some of this new gear. A lot of the bigger weapons, I think there's some sort of skill check that we don't have yet. We don't actually get it the entire time that we've played. So it could be something they're working on, or you need a certain level of skill. I'm not really sure why I'm dropping stuff when I can just sell it. If I remember correctly, I think we were trying to see if it would be there when we come back. I think it'll stay there as long as you are remaining in that area, but if you leave on a boat and come back, then it's probably not going to be there. But this is an alpha, so things change. What's here might not be in the final game. I do hope they add some music to this game, because it's definitely needed. Over here, there's a little burnt village. This must be where that mayor was talking about. Make short work of these enemies. Find a chest with some loot. Another weapon we can't use. Over here is a foggy forest with new creatures. There was a little bit of this forest that we didn't explore. Not sure if we got that glowing thing that I'm looking off to the right. Might have to look at that on my own time. See what's over there. Instead we head left, try and hook around, just get a lay of the land. That's what I'll often do in RPGs, is just kind of hug the corners and map out the size of the area and the terrain. Figure out what I'm dealing with. Back to the coast. You can kind of run along the coast and get around the foggy forest, as I've aptly named it. Eventually we come to a cave, and there's some treasure chests in there with some loot. right beneath these mountains here. It might be that green thing off in the distance. Here's another chest. Looks like we got some loot. I wasn't totally sure during this playthrough what all the symbols meant. Different types of defense, whether it's magic or wind. Not totally sure what exactly they are. You're just gonna have to guesstimate. Could be my imagination, but it seems like this stuff made me move faster. Here's the mountain cave.
Into the cave.
In here it gets pretty hot. Got some volcano golems. They're not too difficult. Chop them up pretty quick, but they light us on fire. Not totally sure if it's the volcano golems or just the level lighting us on fire. Probably should have put this equipment on, but we decided not to for some reason or another. Thanks for watching the video. If you'd like to check out more games, subscribe and check back. I play RPGs, indie games, and oddball games. See you in the next one. So in this level, it's a bit of an obstacle course. I think that'll be an ongoing theme in this game. Though it's not like crazy heavy with obstacle courses. I'm kind of take it or leave it kind of on the obstacle course types games. They can be useful, but I don't like them to be like a majority of the game. Almost looks like there's a forge here. I wasn't able to forge anything, but maybe in the future you'll be able to forge something here or accomplish some sort of quest. At this point we just had too much loot. We were keeping the fairy gear, although probably should have switched, because that stuff looks better to me. But it does look like I'm moving pretty fast with that gear on. One more volcano golem. Take him out. And that was pretty much it for the loot in here, so we headed out of here. Use this teleportation stone to bring us back to the start. Back out into the foggy forest. Here we were on the border of the foggy forest. We hooked right, try and get around the mountain and hit the coast again, but on the opposite side. It looked to be a nice day, nice sunny day. There was a little guy over here, a little fisherman or something. He said he'd sell me bare hand proficiency for 1,000 carobs. But I had too many weapons to be a bare fist fighter, so I declined. Moving back across the map, we fought a few baddies. After this, we were debating whether to go back to town or try out the boat. Not sure what that gold coin thing does. That's one thing I would advise the creators of the game or developers to add more descriptors on items and stuff and improve the UI overall. It's a little clunky and just kind of cluttered. Sometimes it'll get stuck on items, and so you'll scroll to another item and it won't display the correct info. So yeah, the UI needs work. This guy looked like he was making some sort of poison or something. Green smoke in the air. This was one of the snake priestesses. Another quest. This guy wanted me to battle his rival faction. At this point, I want to say we headed to the boat, but first we saved. Get a look at the character in the fairy gear. And a closer look at the world. We weren't planning to kill this guy, but he wouldn't leave us alone, so we had to end him. heading back to the ship. Got a little distracted, I guess. Here's the ship right here. You gotta walk down this little walkway down to the dock. This guy will take you to one of two places for a price. And you arrive at your new destination. Later, I also reached an ice location, though I did not get that in the footage, as it would have been too long.
Oh, fancy castle over there.
Here we are at the new location. Defeating some skeletons on our way in, we decided to just run past the rest of them and head into the city. This time it was a proper city and not a village. Through the walkway, nobody seemed to notice me. This time they let me straight in. They don't even seem to notice that I'm a bag of bones. Big old bag of bones. There's a statue in the center of the village. And some proper looking buildings. Apparently Reagan Harding had heard of me and he wanted me to do a quest. So we went along with it. Over here they had a sunflower field that looked like it was doing quite well. Some more houses, a stack of hay. This guy sold some weapons and some necklaces. We sold some of our gear and decided to give his gear a try. This may change, but the items generally haven't been very expensive. Although I want to say in the Ice Island there were some expensive items.
I got a shovel you can whack people with.
With some new loot, we decided to try one of them on. The shovel actually turned out to be a pretty good weapon. Heading back to the other side. Another person with a quest. Caden Lang. Needed some things done, so we said we would do them. As we exit this area, we enter the slums, which is a more decrepit part of the city. This guy needed some help, so we said we would help him. And another person needed some help. This guy sold some gear. None of it looked that great. I do see now that they have that club there. That might have been a good weapon. I don't think we bought it. This was a rather congested area of the map. They had these slummies packed in like sardines. Another guy with a quest. Boy, these slummies were sure needy. Also found a chest with a hat in it. Not sure if we put it on or not. Let's see. Seems like we would have to with a hat that good looking. Nope, we sold it for some reason. What bad decision, Glako.
So over here must be where the king lives. See if we can visit the king.
We decided to hoof it out of the slums before we got shanked. And so we ran back to the wealthier area. Get away from these slummies. And up these stairs, we reached the marketplace. With various vendors of all sorts. There was this weapon. Can't remember if we bought it or not. Guess it wasn't looking very good stat-wise. This guy had a whole bunch of weapons. Most of them we couldn't use because of that skill check thing. But we were able to use that red hammer right there. Though we may have bought all of them. Since they're all fairly cheap. Looking at our weapons, we found we couldn't use many of them. Guess we can use that hammer. It looks like every weapon has kind of like an upgrade pathway. Or quite possibly they just unlock with either a skill check or a level check. I'm not totally sure. This does have some features similar to the last game that I played that was a weird RPG, except the weird RPG is a lot more polished. But this is an alpha, so I guess can't expect too much as it's not a finished game. I do think this has promise though, even though it's simplistic. I think if they put the time in and polish it up, it could be a decent game. Kashin Shackle wanted me to do something for him. Over to the left, they had a maze that I didn't really want to go into. The king was all locked up, so we couldn't visit him. Probably should have tried out the maze, though. Might have been some good loot. This priest over here wanted us to do a quest. And this other priest sold some crosses. I noticed that there was a chest at the back of the cemetery, so we went around and tried to grab it.
Give me the loot.
We got a shovel, which we had just bought. And that's pretty much it. That's the alpha demo game. Take it easy.